Right then, good afternoon everybody and welcome along, or welcome back to Extinguished Motorsports, where tonight it is the Baku City Circuit for the 6th round of the season. Before we get going properly, I'm going to really quickly just send in the link to the Twitch in the Extinguished Motorsports chat, so we can get some people watching, of course, in the stream tonight. So give me 2 seconds and we'll try and get some people in here. Right then, link's been sent out. We've got 13 drivers joining us this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and 14 minutes of qualifying first of all. Then we've got a 50% race coming up. I think it's about 28 laps then around here for the Baku City Circuit, which it can be a long one. It can definitely be a long one. The track is quite a lengthy one, especially down the main straight, which you're going to know in a moment. But Fatality then, everybody, has crossed the line and put a 141.7. Then Pepe beats him on time in the RB massively with a 140.2. Oh, Pepe's into the wall then in the early stages of qualifying. Just about catches the, well, he doesn't actually catch the car, does he? Hits the wall a bit there. But yes, 13 drivers join us tonight. Then Don Pedrito currently 1, Pepe's 2. It's Pitsmith 3. We've got Tom in 4. Then we've got Fatality in 5. That is your lineup at the minute, ladies and gentlemen, who have set times on the board. And that is just going to keep growing. Here he is. He is returning again. He's in the Ferrari this afternoon. He managed to get a 1-2 finish, everybody, last race around in Austria reverse. And that was with Owen in the Haas. But he's here today, of course, as a reserve that he is. But he's here today driving in the Ferrari. So Collins is, swapping around the cars that he's in. And he's here today in that Ferrari, which he isn't always in. He does swap around, but 12 minutes to go, everybody. It's Collins 1 with a 139.4, massively, massively quicker than Don Pedrito at this moment in time. Mercedes moving slowly down the straight, then it's Collins will fly past him in a moment, or actually they're both going into the pit lane, so he will not, as they both funnel into the pits. We've got 10 drivers now with time set on the board, everybody, and if you're in the chat and you're racing tonight, you are more than welcome to have a race interview from me come race end then, everybody. Of course, very early stages right now, not even out of qualifying. It is 11 minutes to go still of this session. And right now, Collins looking like the fastest man. It's Passy second place then by 0.2 of a second is that gap. And right now, Collins, of course, the faster man. But Passy could really find that 0.2 of a second in 10 minutes, and he could be on pole position. So he's still all to play for here today. It could be anybody's. Most likely, Collins or Passy at this moment in time. Passy P2 then. The gap 2 tenths of a second, and he's on a flying lap now. He's going to go round again and try and give it another go, ladies and gentlemen. 9 minutes before the end, and Passy still has got all the time to play with to set a decent time. Like I said, 2 tenths is the gap, and that is all that stands between him and pole position. Of course, Collins there too, and Collins will be able to defend his current provisional pole if he does head out within the next 8 minutes now, and we'll find out in that time. But Passy has found time, 700ths of a second then, ladies and gentlemen, in the first sector, which is absolutely superb for Passy so far. It doesn't seem a lot, but out of the 2 tenths chunk that he needs to find, it is fairly decent. He's going to head through the second sector now, through the castle section, which is arguably one of the hardest corners in the Formula 1 calendar, and Passy absolutely nails it, flying with 80% battery. I think he's saving it for the main straight, to be fair, and it's a fair play for him. He's going to head into the end of the second sector. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. What will this man be able to set in the second sector? Will he find time? It's going to be nearly 2.5 hundredths up then in the middle sector. Not masses of times right now. It's definitely not on for pole, but he is going to improve on his time. Can he continue this? Here comes Passy then, everybody, in the Alpine, flying all the way down towards the main straight. 7 minutes to go. Will it be pole, or will it just be good enough to stay in second place? He crosses the line. Look at the gap. 1.5 tenths is the gap, was the improvement. And now they're both into the 1:39.4s. Passy on a decent time. Here comes one of the Ferraris out of the pit lane then, but it is not Collins. It's Collins' teammate. Seeing in the chat, I hit the wall. I am stupid wall. I hit the I am stupid wall twice. My time trial is top 300 on Xbox. Fair play, mate. That's decent. Thank you, Owen, for the follow. Thank you very much, Owen. I appreciate that. But welcome into the chat, mate. If that's the Owen in the game, well done on the 1-2, of course. Last week, that was great, wasn't it? But P3 right now for Owen in qualifying, everybody, with a 140.0. So about 6 tenths of a second is the gap to second place, maybe 7. So P1 and 2 are definitely in their own kind of in their own world at the moment then. And right now, that is absolutely superb between these two. They're really giving it everything, and Collins is out there. He's fastest first sector right now, which means he's improving on his original time, which is already a 1:39.424, which is much faster than, I say much faster, not much faster than Passy at the minute, but it is faster than Passy, and that is the main thing here. He heads through the I am stupid section, and he keeps himself firmly planted on the track with 80% battery, heading down towards the back straight as soon as possible. This man is absolutely flying and not waiting around for anybody then. Heads into the left-hander, millimetres away from the wall there, and he's flying into the end of Sector 2. Is it going to be an improvement? Oh my, half a second improvement for Collins. He's in his own world. He's in his absolute own world here. This is absolutely brilliant for Collins then in the Ferrari. His teammate, you've seen, down in 13. Hasn't set a time just yet, but Collins is absolutely astonishing then on his laps, and today he's going to find much more time. He crosses the line in qualifying with 5 minutes to go. Collins sets a time 2.5 tenths quicker, a quarter of a second quicker, everybody, on this lap around. It's a 1:31.184 now, and gives himself a bit of breathing room to Passy behind. That is a good time from Collins, hopefully. Well, he's going to hope that he doesn't have to come out and defend that again. But Passy in the pit lane right now, 5 minutes to go. He's still got time to do the lap around and try and beat that to be on pole. Which way is this going to swing? We'll find out then. Time's being set behind then on the grid. Andrew Pittsmith in 8. We've got Speed Freak 9. Perceivable rounds off the top 10 right now in qualifying. Fatality and Stray Dog both in the pit lane. And Scene is out there on the track trying to set a decent time in the second sector right now. Scene is finding time, middle sector apparently, fastest middle sector too, which is fairly decent then for Scene. Jay's teammate for today's race is on pole position, at this moment in time. Provisional pole, that is, so definitely not on it just yet, but he could be on for pole position. He's in another league right now. As J, his teammate for this afternoon, will cross the line with the fastest middle sector. Where will he place himself? P3 for J. 1:39.7. That is sensational stuff from Scene then from the back, and he puts himself in P3. Can Collins and Scene bring it home now today for a Ferrari 1-2? That would be a pretty cool storyline, wouldn't it? Collins brought it home for a Haas 1-2, then it could be a Ferrari 1-2. We'll find out. That would be brilliant. Yellow flags then for Andrew Pittsmith. He's heading quite slowly around the circuit, but qualifying nearly complete then. It could be anybody's taking today. Passy is up by a 1/10 of a second in the first sector. It's also purple too, so this man could be on pole if he continues this up then into the castle section, which I've mentioned does catch many people out. Does not catch Passy out today. He's heading slowly. I think he's backed off. Has he backed off, or is he still on a lap? Is it a lap? I'm not entirely sure. He's on non-EOS. I don't think this is a lap for Passy right now. Is he finding time? No, 2.5 seconds down. I thought he did back off. Happy Zen. He's currently P4, everybody. In this qualifying session, we've got 50 seconds to go in. Collins is on his outlap, so he'll be going round to put it on the board. Seen in the chat, anyway, bro, how are you? I'm very good, thank you, mate. How are you doing? Hopefully you're good. I'm very good, thank you, mate. Very good indeed. 30 seconds to go. Passy's in 2, and he is going round now for his final time today. So if he messes this up, that is it. His chances of pole are ruined. Collins is already on for provisional pole, and he's going to go again to try and improve once more. Here we go then. Passy in 2. He's going to try and give it a good go here into the end of the second sector. He's only up by 0.02 of a second. He was up by a lot in sector 1, but at the minute, the middle sector isn't as good and doesn't really live up to the name, but we'll see what Passy can do in that Alpine sandwich between two Ferraris, and he wants to be on that top step. He's going to head towards the end of the line here in qualifying. He needs 0.3 of a second to be on pole. He crosses the line, nowhere near enough then, 0.07 of a second. He's down massively. Owen over the line in qualifying. He snatches second at the end, everybody. What a time from Owen. That is really, really good stuff then. Pepe's, he's going round, and I don't think that's going to be a good lap for him. Tom as well is on his way around. Don Pedrito is up massively in the middle sector, so he's found quite a lot of time and should be able to make up a few positions. And he gains all the way down the straight, and it's a minute 40.1, his fastest time, and now he's going to try and improve on that again. Here we go then across the line for the final time today. It's Don Pedrito with a 140 flat, 1.5 tenth improvement, P6 for him. Tom invalidated today. We're going to go to Collins then, who is invalidated too. He's on pole position there, everybody, so far. Percival is finding time, I believe, on this lap and heading all the way down towards the line. And Stray Dog is heading round 2, but Percival really having a decent qualifying so far on this lap around, looking pretty good. But will it be any positions gained? He's down in P12 right now. Will he be able to get into the top 10 in qualifying? Percival, actually, no, never mind. He's down a little. I don't think he will, no. P12, he does improve by 0.3 of a second, but he can't improve enough. Stray Dog across the line, then he's down massively in the middle sector, and he goes into the pit lane in P30. Oh, never mind, he carries on across the straight, but it is 2 minutes of a lap, and Pepe's as well is invalidated. So right now, here today, Collins takes pole again, everybody, here at Extinguished Motorsports, and a superb qualifying. Granson P1 going into the Grand Prix, straight off the back of a pole position and a 1-2 finish with the Haas team. He's here today to try and do it all again with the Scuderia Ferrari. Is it possible? The Azerbaijan Grand Prix up next. Here we go then, everybody. Finishing results for qualifying. It's going to be Collins on pole for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. A superb performance from him in the Ferrari, and takes pole quite easily by 1.5 tenths of a second. Owen, P2 then with Passy, P3. Joining him on the second row of the grid is Scene. Then it's Pepe's and Tom Pedrito in 5 and 6. It's Tom and Andrew Pittsmith in 7 and 8. And then it's 9 and 10 to round off the 5th row of the grid. And the top 10, CJ Drama and Fatality. Then it's Speed Freak, Percival and Stray Dog then to round off the rest of the grid, everybody. Next up, of course, is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Be ready, we'll see in a sec. Here we go then, everybody. We are on the track and here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Today should be very good. 13 drivers joining us. We're missing 7 to make a full grid, but 13 is pretty decent. Collins do it again, everybody. I think it's about 28, 29 laps of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Baku City Circuit. And Collins, of course, took pole position last week out and then won with the Haas team to make it a 1-2 finish in Austria reverse. And here today for round 6. He's here to do it all again, but with the Scuderia and his teammates starting 3 places behind him. Steen needs a good start today, and we've seen him in the chat, and he seems very well, and hopefully his race will be even better. 4th place for him, 2nd row of the grid, on the back of the 2nd row of the grid. He's got 2 drivers to fight through then to get towards his teammate for tonight's race. Which way is this going to swing then, everybody? Collins lines up at the front of the grid, overshoots his marks, and both the Ferraris actually both shoot their marks, which is going to really be a bit detrimental then to their race starts. They're starting a little bit further back than they really should be. Losing a few extra meters, that is not what they want. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, in front of the lights with Collins, who could make it. I think it's 3 or 4 for 4 now. Absolutely brilliant for him, but it's 5 lights here in Baku, and it's lights out, and away we go with the drivers. Collins off the line pretty cleanly so far. There's an Aston Martin in the back getting quite raggy, but Collins through the first corner still leads, even though having, of course, less track to deal with. Owen in 2nd place. Steen then makes a move up into 3rd then after the race start. Already through past Passy, even though he overshot his marks at the start then. He's got the Haas of Owen to make his way through, who did finish in 2nd place last race around, and clearly Owen's here on form again today, and he's trying to do it again. Seen rear ends him then, pushes him into the wall nearly. The Haas of Owen catches his car before it hits the barrier, but that was a very close call then, with 25 laps remaining, 26 in total here today, ladies and gentlemen, so about 3 less than what I did say. But of course, like I mentioned, the laps here are pretty long here in Baku, and Collins currently the man in front and leading quite nicely. Owen in 2nd place, and Steen, who wants to get into 2nd place to make it a Ferrari 1-2 finish today. Is that possible? We'll find out. CJ Drama, possibly that Aston Martin that we saw being a bit raggy at the back and off the side of the track. He is in P13 and hitting the wall multiple times. He's fell down the order. Oh, CJ Drama catches the car there, hits the barrier, but that could have been a lot worse. He's in the back of the grid there, he's got absolutely no wing, so can't turn at all, but the front few drivers, and actually the main grid actually, apart from the Aston Martin at the back, are driving brilliantly, absolutely brilliant on the 2nd lap of 26, and keeping themselves way ahead right now, keeping himself very much together. Collins leads by a 2nd now, and the gap getting bigger and bigger every corner we go by. Owen still holding P2. Here's the Alpine of Passy to get back into 3rd. And there's your race strategies then on your screen. Then everybody 2-stop and the 3-stop is what we're looking at right now. There's a Mercedes behind then of Andrew Pittsmith to try and make a move on Pepes. Couldn't get through just yet, but that is looking promising. Oh, the Ferrari of Scene on the exit hits the barrier. That's got to be wing damage, surely, or even blind wing damage there, you'd think, because that was a pretty big, hefty hit into the wall. And if the damage is unreduced, I mean, fair enough, but here comes Scene then on Owen, trying to make a move past the Ferrari, Passy on Scene, my bad, Passy into P3. Scene drops down to 4. A brilliant move from the Alpine there, getting ahead of the Ferrari and putting him one place back, making it harder for the Ferrari 1-2 to finish today. 23 laps remaining of the 26. Here's the Ferrari trying to get through past the Alpine. Side by side, everybody giving it a good go as the Alpine of Passy gets ahead of Scene. And a brilliant move. The Ferrari, everybody, the Ferrari drops back to P4 again. That race started. Good battles from behind though right now, and the drivers continuing on, giving it a good scrap all the way through the Baku City circuit. Lap 3 of 26, and we're still going with the Aston Martin of CJ, actually, who did make a pit stop, I believe. He's massively behind the drivers, and now he's only just starting his 3rd lap. Collins has got Owen on his backside, though. These two did take a 1-2 finish last race around in Austria reverse. But today, Collins here in another car and trying to win again. But Owen is trying to stop him in his tracks, and today they're not working together. They are definitely against each other, and Owen, with a 4/10 of a second gap, is going to head all the way down the massive straight here in Baku, and he's going to most likely get him into the first corner. Gaining rapidly then the Haas car on the backside of the Ferrari, the man that's won massive amounts of races recently. He goes through up the inside line. Owen takes the lead then of the Baku Grand Prix in the early stages. That doesn't really mean a lot right now, but it could mean a lot come race end then, with Owen, the man in front and currently leading the Baku Grand Prix. Absolutely brilliant stuff from the Haas car. Can Owen try and fight back though? 6/10 of a second already gained, now 7/10 of a second. The roles are reversed. Yellow flags. DJ drama's out, everybody. Yellow flags then as the Aston Martin, for some reason, out of the pit lane now. As Speed Freak in the chat, Collins damage, you nearly lost a second to Owen middle sector. You know what, we're going to check on that, because you are right. He is losing time. It's not wing damage then that we can see. But I don't think it is. End plate's look intact. It's looking all right now. But the Ferrari, like you mentioned in the chat, Speed Freak, is dropping off. Owen is doing a decent job here. We're going to take a look at the tyres then, see what everyone's on. Collins and Passy on the mediums. Maybe the mediums aren't the answer right now. C&J then is all the way down to 11 after making a pit stop. He must have been on the mediums already then. Maybe they weren't the tyre to go on. We'll have to see. He goes into the pit lane in 11th place now. Ooh. Batty getting close to the walls, leaving no margin for error then. With 21 laps remaining in his rear, sliding out on him there, catching the car brilliantly as Andrew Pittsmith with front row views to him managing his car. And we're going to head then all the way down towards the end of Sector 2 with the front few drivers. And Owen is currently your race leader by 0.8 of a second, 9 tenths now, and nearly within a second, everybody. The DRS detection zone is coming up soon, and if Owen can pull ahead, Collins won't be able to get it. He will get it this lap around though, I believe, because the gap is actually coming down. And the gap was 0.8 tenths, now 0.6 of a second, so clearly Collins on straight line speed is just a bit quicker. He is using his battery then, but he's got absolutely none compared to Owen then as we cross the line and head down the straight. Twenty laps remaining then, and of course the laps around here are fairly long. They really are, but the racing is usually good, and we've had some good racing so far then with 6 laps in, and we've got Collins, everybody. I've missed that. What's happened? I missed that completely. I was looking at the screen and I don't have a clue what happened there. Collins then, he's dropped down to 6th, everybody. Is that going to be wing damage for him? Something's happened to make him lose positions. No wing damage. Collins loses massive time there. He's down to 6th place then. It's not his day in the background as well. Don Pedrito hits the barrier. That is going to be massive wing damage for him. Don Pedrito brings himself around the car after hitting the wall. Has lost both end plates. Collins makes a pit stop. Collins out on the hards. Is this going to work for him? Of course. He's had to make a bit of a scramble pit stop then. He was on the medium, so he's had to pit early anyway. But Patty's still out there. We're going to see if he can fend off the guys behind on the hards. Maybe the mediums are you know, just breaking up and breaking away a little bit quicker than everybody imagined. So we'll find out. Don Pedrito in the pit lane. And on the 7 lap old hards right now, we just got We just had a brilliant view of one of the mechanics looking straight down the camera. And Don Pedrito then is going to come out of the pit lane on the mediums. That is a different strategy we're seeing here today. Then, of course, pitted on the hards fairly early, to be fair. But instead of going hard, he's gone hard medium. We'll find out how that works because we've already had Collins pit straight off the mediums. Oh, seeing hits the barrier, everybody. The right-hand side end plate completely off. That man was sideways for quite a few meters, heading down that back straight there. And now he's neck and neck with his teammate. Collins is going to have to try and fight his way past Cena, unless C might let him through. Even then, he's probably going to have to go into the pit lane soon because he's got a bit of wing damage on the front. Head up to the front now as Passy in the pit lane. As Pepe's in Owen have a bit of a scrap. Pepe's up to second place now in this race. Andrew Pittsmith up to being the race leader as Owen and Passy and Tom all enter the pit lane, everybody, for brand new tyres. Owen on the hards now. Passy XT on the hards as well. And Tom is in the pit lane on the brand new hards. Unless he's going to get them changed out onto mediums now, but looking like the hards for everybody right now. As Stray Dog picks up the second penalty of the afternoon. Yellow flags then. Is that a safety car or not? I think we might just have a VSC that's not telling us. Andrew Pittsmith then, ladies and gentlemen, is the man in front. He will have to go into the pit lane soon. We've had a lot of the hard runners then going straight back onto the hards. So we're looking at two-stop strategies today on lap 9 of 26. And a lot of the drivers are definitely opting for that. Andrew still out there along with the top 5 that all need to go into the pit lane still. Fatality with a 10-second time penalty. He picks up a penalty in the pit lane as Pepe's coming out in the pits as well. And Andrew Pittsmith, the whole top 5 now, decide to make a pit stop at the exact same time under the virtual safety car. Who's going to get out ahead here then? It's Owen into the middle of all of them, passing into the middle of them too. And that is changed up quite a bit. Andrew Pittsmith has come out on the brand new mediums and Pepe's has done the exact same. Drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. For Pepe's, and that is going to throw him under the bus massively, everybody. Don Pedrito in the chat says, I am stupid. Oh, is that Don Pedrito? Is that maybe, did you bring up the VSC, Don? That might have been what happened there. Oh, speed freak in the barrier, everybody. Thank the Lord for ghosting, because he would have been in a bit of a shunt there. But he carries on in P11, back on the circuit with 16 laps to go. Owen on the rev limits then, heading down the straight with Andrew Pittsmith following him and Passy as well. Pittsmith is really having a good race here. He's come out of the pit lane and he's ahead of Owen then into the first corner. What a move, everybody, from Andrew Pittsmith. It's a great race from him and he's back on form today. Passy in 2. It's Owen down to 3 then. What a move from Passy and Andrew Pittsmith then. Both making moves up today. Really good stuff then from the boys up at the front. Really good. Hit the inside wall and broke a wheel in turn 3, total amateur. Oh, that's a shame, Don. It really is. There's a battle going on there that I think we might have just missed then as Owen into 3. Collins is up to 4th position now after having his bit of a moment earlier on and dropping down the order. Here he is making his way back up and he's now trying to get into the podium positions, everybody. He's having a great race so far. Well, no, he wasn't having a great race, but what I'm trying to say is he's definitely having a better race in the Ferrari. His teammate seen, he hit the barrier earlier on. He's down to 6 now, and he's recovered it decently. But Collins is doing a great job right now, making himself back up. Pit stop then for Pepe's and Scene. Jay both in the pits now to get some new tyres on, and it's going to be the Ferrari on the new mediums now and a brand new wing as well, so it's going to be full refresh coming out. Pepe's, of course, is only in for his drive-through penalty, I've just remembered, and exiting now after serving that. I'm really enjoying this so far, everybody. It has been pretty good. And like I mentioned, if you are in the chat, everybody, if you're enjoying this kind of thing, make sure you follow the channel. And we are not done just after this race. We have got some post-race interviews coming your way, and even if nobody wants to, I'm pretty sure Stray Dog is most likely going to come in and have an interview, and we normally get to speak to him for about 10 minutes or so, so it is normally pretty good speaking to Stray Dog. So stick around if you want to see something like that today. That'll happen after the race. Just about half race distance now, everybody. One more lap. Possible move here. Here we go then. Collins on Owen. Side by side. It's going to be Collins into 3. Owen down to 4. Collins in the podium positions again. Oh, Collins goes around again. Everybody, Collins goes around again, hits the wall in the castle section. And Collins, he loses his wing again, and all that battling and hard work he did to get back up into the podium spots, it comes crashing down. He loses 5, nearly 6 seconds to Owen, and now he's got fatality up his backside. This is not good news for Collins. with halfway into this race now. Collins ahead of fatality. He's back into 4. Then they're both trying to have a bit of a scrap here, and Collins trying to defend his P4 like his life depends on it. He already was in P3. He doesn't want to be in P4. Doesn't want to be any lower than this. Scene J now picks up the fastest lap of the Grand Prix too. That's pretty decent for Scene. Down in 9. Pepe's in the pit lane. We've seen him in there today already for a drive through, and he's in there again. Shouldn't be a drive through this time. It's going to be a full scheduled pit stop, and we'll see what it'll be. Only 5 laps on the mediums, but he's back on the hards now. .11 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an enjoyable Grand Prix so far, and minimal time penalties too, which is going to, which normally would throw a spanner in the works, but today, not as much. And laps remaining then, Passy leads all the way down the main straight, and we've seen him do well before. He did well in qualifying, and today it's looking like a race win from him if he can keep the distance to Andrew Pittsmith. It's been a while since we've seen Andrew Pittsmith win a race, and today that could come true. He's on 6-lap-old mediums, which is telling me he's going to have to make another pit stop before the end because the mediums haven't been lasting too long. A minute and a tenth is the gap, everybody, between 1 and 2. Fatality in pit lane. Waiting, I think, for the 10-second time penalty he may have had there. He comes out of the pits now on the brand new medium compound tyres. They're going to do him quite well. With only 8 laps to go, laps are ticking by. Perceivable exits to pit lane too on the brand new mediums as well. Looking like a favourite tyre right now. Seven laps towards the end. Who's in the pit lane? It's going to be Tom for the new. That'll be the new mediums, I believe. We're quite close to the end. New medium now then. Collins is in 4 then. And currently, ladies and gentlemen, He's trying to make his way back up, but the gap is 2.1. It was 6, so he is making it back slowly but surely. And right now, just trying to get himself back up there. Not even in the podium positions right now, and he's got no penalties around him to save him at the moment. So he's on his own. He is on his own in this race with only a few laps to go. If you're in the chat, then let us know your race predictions. Who do you think is going to win this race tonight? And hopefully, if you're enjoying so far, stick around, everybody, because we will be having some post-race interviews with some of the drivers that feel like it. So we'll find out who we're going to get interviewing later on. But Owen in the pit lane now on the 11-lap old hards, and he's going to get them changed to the mediums now. P4 for him. It's not looking like he's going to lose any positions. He's already down at the end of the pit lane. There is a car heading down. It's looking like a Ferrari you've seen. I don't know if he's going to get out ahead of him, actually. Here comes the Haas. It's going to be very close. The Haas coming out of the pit lane. The Ferrari heading around the left-hander. Will it be the Haas or the Ferrari? The Ferrari's ahead for now. He's just about come out ahead of him. Scene J's into 4. Owen loses the position and under pit stop. He is into 5th position, losing 1 place there. Collins then is in 3rd place, ladies and gentlemen, in the Haas. And right now, he is in the podium places because of a pit stop made by Owen there. And the drivers ahead of him is Passy on the 11-lap old hard with 6.7 second advantage. And right now, of course, Passy, I think he's just going to try and get these tyres to the end. Unless he needs to pit again because he started on the hards. I'm not too sure. Maybe, I think he started on the mediums though, I'm fairly sure. I think it was medium compound tyres for Passy, so he can finish on this tyre if I'm correct. We just have to see if it's gonna work out for him. Here comes the Ferrari. Both of them head into the castle section and hit the barrier there. Wing damage for the Haas of Owen, who's just been in the pit lane. The Ferrari may have wing damage too. Both of them hit the wall. The Ferrari's come out unscathed. The Haas has come out on the worst end of it now, but he's still going to give him a good go. Here comes Owen then round the outside line with minimal space for a move. The Haas trying to get ahead of the Ferrari. They both head into the wall then. They take each other out. The Haas heads upwards up the side of the wall. He absolutely is out of this race down in 7th. Then he's backwards on the track. Owen, his race has completely gone down the drain, everybody, as he tries to bring himself back on and the reset button not working down in P9, and he retires from the session at the end. He'll be gutted about that one, everybody. Owen in the Haas car retires from the session. The man that took 2nd place in a 1-2 finish last race around, he retires in this race. It is a shame. C now makes a pit stop for a new wing. Seen in the chat says, not my fault. I'm sure that's going to get looked at in the steward's room either way. A Stray Dog Racing then down at the back of the grid, running quite a nice race at the minute, down at the back. He will be picking up some points, and I think this man, fair play to him, carrying on, as he does. He never gives up. Seen in the pit lane, Scene went in for brand new softs. He got the wing changed, and we've got fatality now with a 3-second time penalty, everybody. So time penalties, they're slowly cropping up, but only 2 drivers out of the 10 we've got here. That is not a lot at all, is it? And 5 laps to go now before the end of this Grand Prix, and then post-race interviews coming up just after this, ladies and gentlemen. So it should be quite nice. Lap 22 begins. Here comes Collins and Andrew Pittsmith then. Collins, we've seen him have many good races before. He's won the past few, and he makes a move past Andrew Pittsmith then. He is ahead, and with the remaining 4 laps in this race, will he be able to stay ahead, everybody? No, he's battling with Andrew Pittsmith, who's keeping him behind right now. Side by side, Pittsmith is just about ahead then, heading through the first few corners here in the Baku Street Circuit, but Collins does just about find his footing in 2nd place, and he is ahead today. That is really good stuff then from Collins. Collins got 11.5 seconds now to gain on Passy in 4 laps, and that is never being made. It's looking like a Passy race win today, everybody, if it can carry on like this. It's been a strong afternoon from the Alpine. The only Alpine here today after Don Pedrito retired in the early stages then. And he joined us in the chat earlier on, of course, telling us how he hit the inside wall and broke a wheel in turn 3. But his teammate has carried on for him and kept the form up. And after starting, second place, I believe, wasn't it? Second place, we'll check. Hang on a minute, up 2 places from the start. No, Passy started 3rd, and he's now the man in front. It has been good so far from him, but back up behind, it's going to be Andrew Pittsmith getting ahead of Collins and really ruining Collins' chances of winning again here in Extinguished Motorsports. That man has won countless times here in Extinguished Motorsports, everybody. But here today, he will not do it. He is not going to do it in 3 laps' time. Andrew Pittsmith then is in P2, and it will be a lovely podium from him. But Passy, at this moment in time, the favourite for the race win, and most likely going to go ahead and take it quite easily. Tom and Pepe's then, they swap positions heading through the castle section. Tom's into 4, Pepe's down to 5, and Pepe's has also spun around then as he brings himself on. Something happened badly there, and he's probably lost his wing as well, backwards into the barrier. That was a pretty hefty shunt. Yes, the front right end plate on the Fatality RB is gone. Pepe's out. It's gone as well on the front left. Front right for Fatality, front left for Pepe's. Both losing an end plate that one of them needs. It's Collins and Andrew Pittsmith, they carry on, ladies and gentlemen, giving it a good go at the back. Collins ahead in P2, but will he be overtaken again? Next lap is the penultimate before the end. We are slowly but surely getting there. But ultimate lap of the Grand Prix begins, then everybody in Passy is the man in front. He is 12.8 ahead of Collins and driving a superb race today on brand new medium compound tyres. It's really going his way. Passy has really deserved it today though, and he's driven his absolute backside off to get where he is. And it has been a good day for him. He's coming up on a car behind. I think it might be Stray Dog that he might be lapping soon, and it is Stray Dog down in 10th place. But can Passy go ahead and win it? It is looking most likely at the moment, soon to round off the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. And there you have it, the final lap of the Grand Prix begins then, lap 26 of 26, and Passy in the Alpine, everybody, is the man in front on 5-lap-old mediums. And he has driven a great race today, coming up to lap the McLaren in front of him of Stray Dog Racing, who will finish in the points and pick up some points today, even though he will be finishing at the back of the grid. As there's a move here, both RPs heading down the back straight, the main straight, sorry. It's Pepe's and Fatality. Here comes Fatality, both with damaged wings, remember. Here comes Fatality on Pepe's end, side by side, and Fatality makes a crucial move into 5 for some more points. He has got a time penalty though, which is going to really play a detriment to him. As Passy heads through the I Am Stupid Charles Leclerc Castle section corner, and he doesn't mess it up. He keeps it on the track and he keeps it out of the wall, which is what we like to see from the man that is soon to become the race winner here in Extinguished Motorsports, possibly for the first time this season. He's had a really, really good race. I've seen him win races last season around, and he's back on form today. It has been his day here in Azerbaijan, ladies and gentlemen, and Passy is back up at the top, and for people that may have thought he's washed out, Passy is far from. Back on form today. He's got back on the horse, and here we go then. He's going to cross the line here in the Baku City Street Circuit to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in round 6. Passy wins in the Alpine. Collins crosses the line in a superb comeback drive, ladies and gentlemen. He will snatch second place today after crossing the line and driving brilliantly. Andrew Pittsmith will cross the line. He will take the final spot on the podium in 3rd. That was a great, great race, ladies and gentlemen. And the top 3 should be very happy with themselves for a drive like that. Tom heading down then towards the line. Well, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. Stray Dog crosses the line then to round off this afternoon. We are finished then, everybody. We are finished. That is it for a great Grand Prix. But after this, we've got the post-race interviews where I'm sure we're going to get a few people. We normally get some interviews every race around. So tonight we should get some. Just going to wait for some people to message back and see what they think. But what a race, ladies and gentlemen, what a race. Here we go then, everybody. Finishing results here today after a great race for round 6. Passy with a race win. And the fastest lap perceivable, the driver of the day, most overtakes goes to Tom, and the cleanest driver is Collins. Here we go then. Passy wins, everybody, with a time of 46 minutes and a superb race from him. Collins, only second place for him today, normally wins second place, but a really good drive from him and a good recovery drive too. We've got Andrew Pipsmith then, who took third place, ladies and gentlemen, with Tom 4, Pepe's 5, Fatality 6, Perceivable 8, 7, Perceivable 7, Scene 8, Speed Freak 9, and Strader Racing in 10. Owen, Don Pedrito, and CJ Drama all retired from the race, everybody. And now we have got some interviews, which I'm going to move onto the screen now and just wait for the drivers to debrief in the chat, and then we should get some post-race interviews, everybody. Just to see if anybody wants an interview tonight. Then everybody, I do apologise for the wait. Right now it's looking pretty empty. But Collins in the chat. Hang on a minute, Collins. Just going to really quickly get your audio sorted. I think that's all good now. Hang on. Hello, mate.
Hi, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Right then, give us a bit of a debrief on that race. How do you think it went?
You know what? I'm just glad to get a podium. Well, second. I was thinking towards the end. Just settle for fourth. Just keep manage the tires. Keep fourth. And then I don't know. I don't know if Andrew made a couple of mistakes, but I managed to catch him. And then it was just focused to the end. The beginning was some good battles with Owen. He's a good driver. So yeah, I enjoyed the battles with him. Then I missed my braking point. I don't
Oh,
know if you've seen that.
no, I
And
completely
then
missed it. But I saw you. I saw you fell down the order, so I was going to ask you. That was going to be the next question.
yeah, I missed my braking point,
Oh,
so I literally just went straight on then. Yeah, had to spin the car around, get back on the track, and then the mediums don't last long. Literally, the
I
tires
noticed.
just
Yeah.
burn out. Um, Setup was completely wrong. For this race, tires with overheating. I think I had a bit of a bump in Castle as well,
Yeah.
which kind of put me further back from Owen. So yeah, few mistakes, something to learn. But to be honest, I'm more than happy with second. It's probably my worst track, so better things to come.
Yeah. Well, round 6 done, and I think you've attended now 5 out of the 6, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Um,
Yeah.
how do you feel your season's shaping up so far?
I, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to get as many points in front because I know there's a couple of races yet to that I'm going to miss, and then obviously it all depends on work during the week whether I'm travelling or not. So yeah, I've got a holiday coming up in November.
Oh, nice.
Um, so I'm gonna miss a couple there, and then yeah, it just depends on work. But I'll try and join as many as I can. I just need to build that gap because you've seen today passes quick.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, he's right on my tail, and I'm sure he's just got a second spot back in the standings. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to
let's
check.
see how it plans out.
Yeah, well, it's been a good season for you so far. Hopefully you can be with us for some more races too, and we'll see how your races pan out. But good recovery drive today, mate. Really well done.
Nice one. Cheers, Jack.
No worries. See you next week. Hopefully. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Dan went for a couple of tunnels and missed like 10 laps. Well, Speed Freak, where are you? On a train? Or have I just got the complete wrong end of the stick here? You are just waiting for some more interviews, see if there's any more. Nobody has messaged to say they want one yet. I'm gonna have to give it a couple minutes because I don't want to shoot off. I'm just gonna make sure nobody else wants one. I think Stray Dog might join as he normally does. He's messaging in the chat now as well. I think this might just be it. We'll find out. Let's have a look. If not, we'll be off. But I think Stray Dog might jump in. He normally does. Apart from that, I don't think we're going to get anybody else tonight. It's looking quite quiet for interviews. It really is. Normally we get quite a few, but unfortunately tonight it is not the case. I guess some people might be a bit busier. Yeah, Stray Dog says give me a sec, so he will be in here soon. Just waiting for Stray Dog, everybody. Here he is. Hello, mate. How are you doing? You all
right? Yeah. I've as much as I did vote for this track, it's never been my best track to race on.
Yeah.
It's one of those where I either race and manage to finish, or I race and I die.
Yeah.
I seem to have some braking issues going into the right hand. That's before the castle section. But like I'm braking, I'm trying to slow down, and the car's slowing down, but it's not slowing down enough, and then I'm not able to sort of get the car turned enough to make the corner. So I had wing damage. First, a lot of wing damage from there, and then I had another wing damage later on in the race, somewhere. Where exactly? I cannot remember. So I was literally just damaging rotation, just trying to get round and not die, basically.
Fair enough. So, of course, out of the 6 rounds so far, would you say this has been your toughest race yet, or would you think there's another one that you've struggled a bit more on?
I think I struggle more with like the street circuits.
Yeah.
Than I do like. I mean, there's sometimes like I'm all right, and then sometimes it just doesn't work. It's just look at the draw really, like how I feel when I go around the circuit. But yeah, it's just one of those really.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, round 6 done today, mate. Round 6 done. How do you feel about how your season is shaping up so far in the standings?
It's a. It's one. I say it's one of those. It's for every reason. I'm not. It's not been. It's not been well. This game for a reason. It's just I've not been able to sort of like find the right balance to in terms of car setup that I'm like keeping up with the next drivers. Because and then like any others, and then like some of the other leagues I race in, I'm keeping up with other drivers. So I'm not sure where the loss of pace in Extinguished has gone compared to the other leagues that I race in. I'm hoping to try and finish in the top 10, but I don't know if I will. it just varies. But I feel like I'm going as fast as I humanly possibly can with my limitations, but then it's like something, and then I'm like looking at like where I am compared to someone I raced last game, which was Percival, and I'm not even being able to keep up with Percival, and I'm not sure where the hell like pace from.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of the handling changes have changed from 24 to 25, but I don't feel like my pace has really dropped that much. But I don't know. It's a mystery.
It happens. It happens straight up.
Well,
But
it's all right, mate. Well, I was gonna say, I wish you best of luck, mate, for next week, and I'll move on to Owen now, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's
but
right. Next week
Yeah,
is sprint.
next sprint next week.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Oh.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
That's gonna be
Right.
fun. Well,
Yep.
No, it's not.
thanks for joining us, mate, and yeah, we'll speak to you next
No
week.
worries. Yep. See you later.
See you later.
Okay, so
Right then.
good.
how are we doing, Owen? You all right?
Well, I was hoping for my first win,
Yeah.
but it didn't happen.
It was a DNF from you, wasn't it? I think at the end.
Yep. Scene just honestly, I honestly thought I said the car was gonna come on lap 1, but it turns out it didn't. And basically, it was me v Collins for pretty much like the first, I'd say like first 6 laps. Then I saw him like out of nowhere, like just like spin, and I thought, okay, that's me being comfortable because I had like a 1.7 second gap to Passy.
Yeah.
Got front wing damage from a wall. I'm not saying which wall because you probably will know it. The castle section probably.
Yeah.
But that's because my tires were going off. I was gonna go to lap number 9 on my hards, but my tires were just fading away, even though I was having good pace. So box lapped 8, and then 1 lap later, the VSC came out, and I thought that's my race screwed.
Yeah.
Rejoined basically right behind Andrew. He just came out the pits on fresh mediums. Had I got ahead of him and then he got past me. It was basically he got past me, I got past him, basically.
Yeah.
And then he just shot off into the distance, tried to get Passy, which I don't know if he did because I wasn't there to finish. I actually don't know who actually won actually.
Well, who won the race?
Yeah, and who won the Baku race?
It was Passy.
Oh, even better. Of course he would win. I mean, he is like a composed driver.
Yeah.
In basically Extinguished. And then I pitted lap number 19 for a set of medium tires and a new front wing.
Yeah.
Because even though my front wing was hard to steer, it was pretty manageable. Because I wasn't even losing that much time. And then I rejoined right behind Scene, and I was way quicker than him, but he just didn't leave me any space whatsoever. So that's my. I don't know whose fault was that. But it's probably both of us, because I basically was much quicker than him when I came out the pits.
Yeah. Well, of course, not the way you wanted it to go, but do you think there's any positives you can take from today going into next round?
Well, it depends what next round is. That's the main thing. If
Good
it's
point.
a track that I do not like, I am not racing. Yeah. So well, my hopes was going. Obviously, my hope was going into here because I'm honestly surprised about the pace I had in qualifying. I did not realize I had that much pace. Jesus Christ. What's I gonna say? Yeah. But the positives I can take from this is I'm fast enough to probably challenge for the not for the title, for like challenge for like podiums and wins.
Yeah.
But hopefully next race I can just forget about Baku and just like move on to the next race, because Baku's not one of my favorite tracks. It can be a bit of a nightmare, but hopefully I can bounce back.
We'll see. Well, I appreciate you speaking to us, mate, and
No worries.
we will hopefully speak to you next week.
Yes, and hopefully you'll probably see me in a podium then.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
All right then. See
I'm
you
literally
later.
in prospects right now.
Are you?
I'm literally in prospects right now. I'm literally racing in prospects right now.
Jeez.
While I was talking to you. Yeah, I'm just gonna forget about it. I was expecting just chaos.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It is what it is. We know you've got the pace, so next week I've got a feeling it'll be better.
Fingers crossed. Don't jinx it, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, good point. The commentator's curse is real. I won't say
Yeah,
anymore.
don't say that, please. Yeah, zip it.
Oh.
All right.
Right, I'll speak to you next week then.
Get pussy. No problemo.
See you later, mate.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Thanks for joining us for post-race interviews. Tonight is over. The race highlight reel will be coming out tomorrow night. But that is it from me. And hopefully have a good evening. See you later and good night.